Next up at UFC 299, we have Pedro Munhoz taking on Kyler Phillips. Pedro Munhoz, 20-8 overall, but only 1-3-1 in his last 5. He is coming off that decision loss to Chito Vera. Taking on Kyler Phillips, 11-2 overall, 4-1 in his last 5. He's coming off of that very busy decision win over Hani Barcelos. This is an interesting fight. There's a few fights on this card that has the comment section split. I can see the energy in the comment section. And this is one of those that has people split. Just matter of fact, you're an idiot, this is what happens. No, you're an idiot, this is what happens. This is one of those fights. And it's another one of the fights on this card where we have sort of an aging vet versus a young up-and-comer, a changing of the guard type situation. Pedro Munhoz, a little bit older for sure, 37, I believe. But he's a volume striker. He sets a nonstop pace. He's got incredible leg kicks. He's a very dangerous on the ground with his BJJ, but he almost never looks to get it there. He's not going to shoot any takedowns. He does have a negative striking differential, which I'm always surprised to see when I put these graphics together because he always seems like he's in control of the striking. You don't see many fights where he looks like he's getting hit more than he's hitting his opponent, but he literally is, which is why he's got that negative striking differential. He is landing a very high 5.45 significant strikes per minute, and he is coming off of that very close loss to Chito Vera at 292. The scorecards didn't make it look close, but I assure you, while you're watching that fight live, it felt like a very close fight.
You know what? Lucky Tim in the Discord, I name drop him all the time now, but he made a good reference or analogy. He said that fight was 30-27 on a few scorecards, but it really was like 30-29.5. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like it was, some because, but it was, I agree.
Well, because I don't remember if I had a bet or what, but I was watching that fight and I was sweating it. Like I was like, oh boy, because I don't remember why I needed Chito to win, but it didn't. I was surprised.
More of that, food-driven picks.
I was surprised when, Cheeto. That's who I'm picking. But I was surprised when they announced Chito as the winner. Let's put it that way. Not shocked, but I was like, oh, okay. Like didn't know what was coming.
I watched it the other day and somebody just put in the chat and they're exactly right. I thought Pedro won the first round. And I think live, I thought Pedro won. But I think Chito, that jab was fucking nuts in the second
just in his face.
Round, so.
Well, and it was one of and we'll talk about this when we break down Chito's fight, but it was one of Chito's only fights ever where he landed more strikes than his opponent.
Once he realized that jab was working, he was like, oh, well, this is easy. Yeah. I can pump out a jab all day. And that's literally all he did.
Sure. And Pedro's taking on Kyler Phillips, a young guy, a busy guy, diverse striker, well-rounded overall. He can strike, he can grapple. His feet are always moving, which makes him pretty difficult to hit and difficult to take down. Most of the time, Kyler does a pretty good job mixing things up, and he is willing to slug it out and put on a show. But that can be a bit of a problem for him because he'll take some chances, do some crazy things, and maybe end up in some trouble. He does have 3 performance of the night bonuses, including his only UFC loss to Julian Paiva, where if you look at the stats, he honestly might have won that fight, but a very poorly timed takedown. Are you pretending that there's a girl in your apartment?
No, my dog just looked at me. Sorry, I'm just...
Oh, there you go. Well, Jacob trying to get his little Miss Peaches moment in here. Overall...
Miss Peaches. I got to pay the tummy tax, Miss Peaches. What's funny is I literally will call her Miss Peaches now every once in a while. Yeah, Miss Peaches.
I think it's just lightning in a bottle. If you guys don't know, Barstool Sports, El Prez there, Dave Portnoy, got himself a rescue pit bull, named it Miss Peaches, loves the shit out of it, talks to it in a baby voice, and it's like the biggest thing on the internet right now.
It's my entire TikTok feed at this point. I watch them all. I love them all.
But I think it's so huge because he's not somebody that you would expect that from. Sure. So I think that's why, because there's plenty of people that love on their dogs that nobody cares about.
His persona was like, and a lot of people thought, like, this guy's just a fucking asshole. And then you see how he interacts with a dog, and everyone says, like, dogs, that's how you can tell a lot about a person. So how they treat dogs and how dogs interact with them and stuff. And that dog loves him, and he fucking loves that dog.
Yeah. So anyway, Kyler Phillips, busy guy, performance of the night, many times over. Very fun, very exciting, and he can weaponize his cardio. He does slow down. He does breathe heavy, but he doesn't actually stop doing stuff. He doesn't take a break. He just keeps doing things a little bit slower. He's coming off that win over Hani Barcelos where he knocked him down early and then just outworked him the rest of the fight. This is an interesting breakdown because Pedro Munhoz is the better fighter here. He's the better fighter in this matchup. He's a very good striker, very good grappler. He has without question, fought the higher level of competition. It's not even close. But Kyler showed us in his last fight that his pace can be a problem for some people. He'll shoot takedowns. He'll stay in your face. He'll never let off the gas. He'll stay on your legs. He beat Song Yadong, and people go, oh, it was a robbery. He beat Song Yadong. That win looks better every single day. I am not ready to give up on Pedro, though. Even in these losses, 1-3-1. Well, that one fight, that no contest, he literally beat Sean O'Malley in the first round. That's an objective fact. The judges said this guy won that first round. And he doesn't look terrible in these losses. He didn't look bad in that Cheeto fight. So I do think Pedro Munhoz has some left. He is a little older. I think he has some left. I am, however, going to pick Kyler Phillips because I thought he did a great job weaponizing his cardio in that fight with Hani Barcelos, and I think he can do the same here. He can just stay in Pedro's face and just stay busy. But my confidence level, if you're a premium member and you see the confidence level, it says very low. Like, this is a 51-49 if I'm assigning percentages here. I think the cardio is going to be the difference in the pace. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah, you see the cardio as a weapon for Kyler, and I have no idea how or why you see that because this dude he fucking does. He doesn't stop, but he literally does not. He's not the same person in the first round compared to the second round, and especially the third round. This guy has won very, very few third rounds, and there is a reason for that. And the biggest question this week is, how did he beat Song Yadong? Because we know who Song Yadong is at this point, and it was with timely takedowns because what Kyler does, and I love Kyler, by the way. Kyler, I was talking about Kyler years ago when nobody knew who Kyler was.
I think he was your lock of the week for Rulian Paiva.
He lost that fight, Angelo.
I know. Well,
I think he was a lock of the week for a different fight because I'm pretty sure he won the fight that he was lock of the week. But before we started tracking it, he was a former lock of the week. I love this guy. I have no doubt he's going to come out in the first round and look fantastic, right? He's going to have the spinning stuff, the flashy stuff, maybe get a takedown on Pedro. Pedro's a hard guy to take down, and you definitely have to be careful taking him down. So I think that Kyler has a good opportunity to win the first round of this fight. I think that Pedro, being as tough and as durable as he is, he's going to be around, and we've seen Kyler lose third rounds, and Pedro won't slow down. So I believe that Pedro is going to win the third round of this fight. So it comes down to the second round of the fight. And if you watch Kyler in these second rounds, he does start slowing down. And Pedro is a fucking veteran. And he stays in your face, and he stays in your face, and he will pressure you, and he will walk you down. And what I mentioned earlier was Kyler and that Song Yadong fight, as he started slowing down the striking, boom, he was able to get those timely takedowns. In this fight, if Kyler is tired and he wants to default to the wrestling because he gets tired, because he tries to take time off in the fight when he is tired by using offensive wrestling. If he tries that versus Pedro Munhoz, he is either going to get fucking guillotined or he is going to get those shots stuffed and he is going to get beat up on the feet, and Pedro is going to win this second round and possibly even find a finish in the second round. I think all the scoring in the world comes down to what happens in that second round. Kyler's probably going to win the first. Pedro is probably going to win the third. What's going to happen in the second round? I know what's going to happen. The striking is going to be even. Kyler's going to try one of those fucking takedowns. He's going to come at it desperate, and we're going to see that Pedro guillotine reemerge that he used to catch people with all the time, and Pedro's going to win this fight second round submission. Vote for Pedro.
Nice. Well done. Yeah, there's not gonna be any Pedro slander here. I think Pedro Munhoz is fantastic. I love that guy. He's a little older. And
Kyler was 280, minus 280 for Spike.
Yeah, all right. So I was wrong against Paiva.
Yeah, you just try to go out of your way to trash me for no reason.
So the minus 3-1, the 3-1 favorite got smoked by Julian Paiva. Congratulations. Oh, actually, I'm picking Kyler. No, I do think his we have different. I did that on purpose, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. Oh, I'm sure
anyway,
you did.
I do think we have very different assessments of his cardio, because you're making it sound like the dude falls off a cliff, and you're trying to make it sound like he's Shamil Ghaziv. He's not.
Dude,
he will continue moving forward. He gets sloppy, but he continues doing stuff.
He slows the fuck down. He's going to be backing up, and Pedro's going to be in his face. Boom, desperate shot. Yoink! There's a fucking neck.
I hope so. I hope so. I want Pedro to win this fight. I hope so. And honestly, can Kyler Phillips, I mentioned this in my quick pick. It looks like an AI. The analogy I made was,
I'd fuck the shit out of Kyler Phillips.
The analogy I made was when
the
they take all the,
I threw you real off there.
When they take the quarterbacks and then they turn them into women and they, ooh, look how attractive Jimmy Garoppolo is, a Jenny Garoppolo. That looks like Kyler Phillips, but in reverse. Somebody said it's Macy Barber. They took Macy Barber and they said, make her a man, and then this is what it spit out. And it's like, very good looking.
He's very good looking. Macy. I know that.
And the beard does look fake.
Yeah, I do love Kyler.
Well, either way, this should be a very interesting fight, to say the least. $7,100 in DraftKings for Pedro Munhoz seems like a good deal. The only problem is I don't have to watch the DraftKings video on Friday. I'm going to have to dig in to his stats a little bit. He's not going to shoot takedowns. It's going to be striking only. I just have to see what he's scoring what did he score against Cheeto? I got to see what that is and then add 30 points.
I wouldn't be surprised if Pedro comes in and if I was game planning for Pedro, I would shoot takedowns on Kyler. I would make this dude work. You're going to be good for 3 rounds. Make this dude work early. Don't let him be in space with all his flashy stuff while you're walking down and maybe get caught with something. I mean, Pedro his chin is fucking insane. I mean, he just eats anything and everything. But I would press him, put him against the fence. Let's hold him there. Let's wear him down early and take all that explosion out. And then he just kind of becomes another dude, unfortunately.
I mean, this is a good fight. This is a main card fight on a fight night. This is a good fight. This really is a solid pay-per-view. Somebody just said it looks like Kyler Phillips looks like you typed in "make a surfer Jesus" into an AI, and there you go, Kyler Jesus? Phillips.
I don't know. If you do more snowboarding.
If you do want to unlock all the picks, the bets, the round line leans, the tools, and more, WeWantPicks.com. Just click become a member at the top. It is only $10 for an entire month. That will get you 4 events. You sign up right now, you get 4 events for that money. Before you go, let me give you $50. Anybody who goes to WeWantPicks.com/bets and signs up with any one of our affiliate partners gets $50 as a thank you. Use the link, sign up, make a deposit. We send you $50 as a thank you.